to increase productivity, because those machines will be part of those tools and applications of the AI, will be part of our ecosystem. They will be our co-workers, for example. But more importantly, man will not play this kind of role that we play. For example, we are already human CEO. The human CEO will conduct meetings, for example, and we have human meetings. The process has gone the same way that many applications robotics, for example, can work in the farm, increase yield, for example. Human musician. The robots are now playing very important role in supermarkets. They serve people, they do all sorts of things. So advancement has gone in the rate of AI, and we have seen a lot of the economic activities already driven by AI. Thank you.
We can write a textbook here when you see all the professors here. Professor Sufa, I think quickly, I want you to talk about the coexistence of AI and human. Okay? What can you see about it?
I'm going to do it very quickly because my supervisor is sitting next to me, so I can't say much. The coexistence between AI, especially generative AI, and human, must be collaborative way of existence. But as much as I'm talking of coexistence between human and AI, I just want to pose a question or a challenge to the audience to say, our needs from this side of the world and the needs of AI from the other side of the world are different. So the coexistence depending where you are. The West, they don't want people to migrate to their place. Therefore, generative AI becomes a good thing, and because of population reduction in that side of the world, it means generative AI is going to work very well for them. Because as of now, people are migrating to get work that they don't want to do. Now with generative AI, it means they don't want us to go there. While from this side, our coexistence with generative AI is different from them, because generative AI as it comes, it requires population reduction, because now we don't want more people to work. So there is no need for us to increase the population. So you can see that the coexistence that we have with AI or generative AI must be thought through very seriously, especially from the underdeveloped countries. Thank you.
Readiness. How should business prepare their employees for this shift?
Can you hear me? That's good. Okay, I think the first thing that you need to look at is the way the business has been doing things. I think the first thing is we need to look at the strategies. Businesses needs to be clear and say what strategies are we actually sitting on, and then are they actually responding to what generative AI is actually doing. Because if our strategies actually say something else, and the world is going the other way, then we're going to actually understand this problem. So first thing is first, we need to go in to say businesses, your strategies, and be ready to get to where we are going. One of the things that we need to make sure that truly address these strategies. It is mostly when we're looking at collaborations. We're looking at upskilling and reskilling our employees. But when you look into that, you you cannot be able to upskill or reskill our employees if we haven't done your your skills audit. And most of the time, in businesses, that is the last thing that we actually think about. We are okay that we have employees, but we never actually take time to say, but what skills are our employees sitting? So we need to go in and actually do skills audit. So as you can now come back and say, who are we upskilling and who are we upskilling? Because you cannot just say people must upskill and reskill, but we don't actually understand what in one film. Other things we need to be looking at is, we need to encourage the culture content study. Because if we need to make sure that we compete in this area, especially when looking at what AI is actually doing, we need to make sure that our employees are continuously learning. And not just learning for the sake of learning, but they're actually learning based on the skill set that we need as businesses that can be able to drive these new technologies. So, and we need to also as businesses to look at our KPIs. Is our KPIs taken to where we need to go? Because one of the things that we realize is, we tend to frustrate employees by saying you need to upskill, you need to reskill, but your KPIs are not actually in line with what you want to do. See? And, I had talked to think about skills. It's very critical to make sure that businesses they also invest in these new skills. But the problem that you're sitting with is most of your management, they don't even understand these skills that you're talking about. So we'll come to conferences and then they'll hear someone, no, you need to upskill, you need to do this. Go back to the office on Monday, everybody need to reskill, but on what exactly? Your basic skills like your prompt engineering. Because if you're going to work with AI, you need to know which question to ask. Because you understand that garbage in is garbage out. So if you give AI a wrong question, it will give you a wrong answer. So we need to make sure that when we talk to our employees to say, you need to upskill, we need to understand what exactly are we talking about. Thank you.
Yeah, in one sentence, what would be your advice to MICETA in preparation of skill development for the country? Just one sentence.
To MICETA, I would say, let's look at what the key bets, especially the key bets, are actually sitting on, and then make sure that we give them a relevant skill so as they can impact the business world.
Super.
I think generative AI is a form of automation.
Hello.
It's a form of automation. So we need to have our people to be taught how to automate what they're doing. That's the skills that we are looking for. So that when we are talking about skills, we are talking to say, is the worker knows how to automate what he's doing himself, so he is being upskilled. Thank you.
I think I would advise MICETA to come up with a new model of the human education training in South Africa. In fact, I want to part of that team. Now, we really understand skill. I think we also need to understand skill. There are two things we learn in university, knowledge and skill. And by knowledge, we assume that when the child comes to class to teach, he gives students with knowledge, and then students will use knowledge to create things. It's not realistic because there is no correlation between knowledge and skill. And that problem is called singularity. What we have done at UC is to reverse that approach in partnership with China. So we start with skill, because if you start with skill correlates with knowledge. Obviously, knowledge is what you know. What you know cannot give you job, can't help you to create job. But what you can do is skill. What you can do can give you job and can make you create job, and that's where we are going. So by knowing the rules of football, having your best friend as the university does not make you a footballer. What actually makes you a footballer is to go to the field. When you play, you practice, okay? Especially when you practice, you get your legs broken, but you are admitted for 1 month or 2 months. You come back again with experience. to practice again, you come back here. Otherwise, nothing will happen. So if you want to take the skill issue very soon, more than 10, 15 years ago, I was in this skill institute. And then we are trying to retrain and you see what until we have good framework, we have good understanding of what we are going to do. The reason we have university today is not to train them for industry. Again, I'm always very controversial when it comes to that. The reason is because we want to develop students who develop their community, and that's the main goal. It is not possible for us every year we graduate how many thousand, 6,000, 30,000 students every year. How many of these students will we not be able to accommodate? My sisters, you can't accommodate 3,000 students every year to work in your organization. So we have to do something different. The student must be university and decide not to work anywhere, create their own job, and that is the future that we want to do. So I want to be part of that project to actually come up with a new skill training program for the country, and I want to be part of it.
I know, no, please, let Dr. Abido also speak. No, please, I want to hear. Sorry, audience, yeah, but I didn't, you can go ahead, please.
Pleasure. Look, this is a very important topic, extremely very important. I think the question to CETA, not just to CETA, to maybe all the stakeholders here, is we need to create an institutional framework for this topic at a policy level, at a legislation level, at a business level, research, university, in almost every institutional environment we have. So policymakers must learn about AI and data. Legislators must learn about AI and data. The courts, judges must learn about this because they're going to be dealing with these issues. You can, ordinary citizens, families, children, parents, institutions of society, this is not something to be taken lightly, right? So as a country, we developed policies in about 1992, 93, 94 to create an ecosystem of technology. We established the Department of Science and Technology, we established the Department of Communications, now DCDT, and we established TIA, we've established MICETA, ICASA, and many others, right? This topic of AI, we need similar institutions. It's not going to happen as almost a side issue that we do amongst other things. I have suggested to authorities for the creation of a ministry responsible for AI. And I'm repeating this every forum I talk about. Unless we do that as a country, right? The UAE has done that, a number of countries have done it, because they have seen that you can't attach this, as a side activity to someone who's doing other things. Otherwise, in the race of AI, which is now happening, right? What we call the dominance of AI, or the supremacy of AI, you will be left behind. And once you are left behind as a country, you will not participate by the end of this century, either in economy or in learning or in anything. Thank you.
Can I excuse myself from talking now? Over to you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Please give a hand of applause for our I think we are not really very far behind time. Dr. Andila, I cannot agree with you more. How we need to really have a different type of focus in the industry. It's fascinating to see that how what skills are really defined in the industry, Prof, and we need to really get a grip of that. Prof Zova, I have to go back home to Uppington and tell them. Prof Zova said, we need to stop producing. And at the end of the day, there's no university in Uppington. You are putting me in big trouble. Stop producing, and then they'll tell me there's no university. So we need to get this AI thing well communicated, otherwise we'll be in trouble. Thank you so much. I will hand over to Sol so that we can continue.
Thank you. So I think the panel discussion needed to be titled The Digital Political Economy because it touched on all aspects. One thing that I want to stress maybe, because we didn't have a Q&A for that, is the importance of impact assessments in readying ourselves for any kind of AI economy. I think there's a danger in us trying to move forward without predicting what the future might look like. And that can only be done if stakeholders sit around on a table and give our legislators and policymakers the potential impact that AI will have on their industry. And I think if we don't stress that enough now, we'll find ourselves 5 years from now further behind than what we were when we started because we addressed the wrong problems. Like I said, I think it should have been titled The Digital Political Economy, but we need to move forward with the program. I'm going to call up my next speaker, Dr. Nathan. Yeah. I've been practicing it while sitting it down. Dr. Maralu Tumo. Am I saying it correctly? You'll correct me, Dr. Nathan. He will be talking to us about the enablers of digital innovation. Can we please give him a round of applause?
And thank you to MICETA for inviting me and the BUT and to all the stakeholders. It's always good to be in a place where you see familiar faces. And I couldn't agree with you more. It is the digital economy. And I think the special thanks goes to Google, who I think we must applaud her. She's been driving some of this promotion for research chairs for a while. And sometimes the organizers and our individuals are not very much recognized. Google's never in the limelight, but thank you, Google. I do appreciate all the work you do. When I was asked to talk about this, I was away and somebody said the presentation, And I said, one of the normal presentations that we do for the foundation. My name is Nathan, and I'm a founder of a foundation called Empire Partner Foundation. I'll explain to you why it's called Empire. One of the oldest universities in our world lies in Timbuktu. And we forget that many, many hundreds of years ago, we were an African empire before colonization. And I want to restore that as an advocate. Partner because it's the ecosystem. We're 54 countries in the continent, and a lot of talent, a lot of pool, and sometimes we don't partner with each other. And foundation, not because of the legal name, foundation because we have to build foundational principles. And this is why we have formed the Biopartner Foundation. Its mandate is very simple. We wanted to solve public safety issues using technology. And predominantly, we saw the emergence of data and AI. And I think that is where our thinking was to say, we see all these public safety issues worsen every year. societal issues, people being left behind. I think some of the discussions the Prime Minister raised. And I got a group of young people together, and I said, what shall we do about it? And we figured out that we took the youth was our true asset base and encouraged them to solve these public sector issues, would achieve much, much more. Whoever's controlling the computer, they could